Welcome back. Today we'll solve a puzzle using a technique that's slightly off the beaten path. It's called the what-if technique. I've only done one other video using this technique, and there's a link to that video in the description below. We'll also use URs along with the what-if technique to solve this puzzle. I'll explain as we go. This channel is here to solve Sudoku puzzles without candidates. If you like these videos, please subscribe to this channel. This puzzle is from Sudoku to Go, dated April 5th this year, puzzle number 97. You can print this puzzle by clicking on the link in the description below. You can also go to sudokuprimer.com, go to this menu item, and find lots of puzzles that you can print, and each of those puzzles has a link to a video describing how to solve it. Well, let's solve this. First of all, like always, I'll put in easy numbers. 1, 1, 1 goes there. All right, and then there's a 3 here, 3, 3, so that's a 3. And a 3 here, 3 here, so 3. 6 here, 6 here, 6. There's an 8 here, 8 here, 8 here. Makes that an 8. There's only one place a 9 can fit in this column. We've already got a 9 here, we've got a 9 here, and a 9 here. So the 9 has to fit in row 9 right there. All right, and then we're missing 2, 4, 7 in this column. There's a 2 and a 7 there, so that's a 4 right there. And now we've got a double wall pattern here with 1, 5, 8 in the middle. 1, 5, and 8. We've got a 1 here, and ghost 1's there, and a 1 there, so that makes that a 1. All right, and then let's see here. We've got a wall pattern right here with a 2 and a 3 in this row already, so these are 2 and 3 right there. With that 2, we can solve them. Now we're only missing 1, 4, 7 in box 9. There's a 1 and a 7 there, so that's a 4. There's a 1 there, so we can finish the 7 and the 1. All right, and with the 9's there and a 9 right there, we can put a 9 right here. And that leaves, in this row, that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. There's an 8 there, so that's a 5, and that's an 8 right there. Okay, and then we've got 3's here and a 3 there, so that's a 3. And we got 3's here and a 3 and a 3 there, so that's a 3 right there. We're only missing 1 and 5 in box 8 here. There's a 5 there, so we can put the 1 there and the 5 there. All right, and then we're only missing 1, 8 here. With that 1, we can fill those in. And now we're only missing 1, 2, 4, 7. 2, 4, and 7. There's a 4 and a 7 there, so that's a 2. So we have 4 and 7 left there. And we got a 1 here and a 1 here, so 1, 1, and a 1 there, so that makes that a 1. Now, we can use double row elimination here. We've got a 5 here, so one of these is a 5. We got a 5 here and a 5 here, so one of these is a 5. So 5, 5. Using double row elimination, we know the 5 goes here or here, and there's a 5 there already, so we can put the 5 right there. Now let's see what else we can do here. We've got an 8 here, an 8 here, and an 8 there, so that's an 8 right there in box 3. And we've got 8, 8. One of these is an 8. With that 8, we can put in an 8 right there. And now we're kind of at a standstill here. This is a pretty difficult puzzle, and we put in all the easy numbers. And now I'd like to show how to use the what if scenario or technique. And I also want to combine that with a potential UR. It's kind of an interesting way of looking at a UR. We've got a 5 and a 6 in column 1. So that means the 5 and 6 fit in one of these 3 cells. We don't have twins because we have 3 cells with only 2 numbers that we know about. So 5 and 6 go in one of these. We have the exact same situation here with this 5 and 6 in column 7 there. So we have a 5 and a 6 here. Now we know the rule for unique rectangles says that if these are 5 and 6, for example, these can't be 5 and 6. And if we have a 5, let's say these are 5 and 6 right here, then the 5 and 6 can't fit this way because that has to be a 5 or a 6. And if these are 5, 6 twins, that can't be either one because they're already in this row. Okay, so if we have a 5, 6 situation like this, then these would have to be 5, 6 this way. Now let's look at a what if scenario. What if is when you think you might know where a number is, but you're not sure. And as if you know, and as you know, with Sudoku, if you're not positive a number goes into a certain place, you don't put it in, or else you're just asking for trouble. So let's look at this situation. We're going to use these potential URs here with the 5 and 6, and then we're going to look at column 9 here. Let's see, we're missing 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9 in this column. Let's say the 9 is here. Okay. Now I'm not going to write it in, but this is a what if this is a 9. Okay. So this is the what if technique. What if this is a 9? That would make these 5 and 6. That means 5 and 6 can't fit this way. 5 and 6 can't fit this way. So 5 and 6 would have to go this way. So if this is a 9, these are 5 and 6, and these would be 5 and 6. So if these are 5 and 6, we've only got 2 numbers missing. We're missing 2, 6, 7, 2 and 7. There's a 2 there, so that would have to be 2, and that would have to be 7. If these are 5, 6, and if this were 9, and these were 5, 6 here. Okay. So remember that, 2 and 7 there. Now let's look at this a little closer here. This column is missing 2, 4, and 6. And there's a 2 here already, so this would have to be a 4 or a 6. But if these are 5, 6 twins here, that has to be a 4. Okay, so if this is a 9, and these are 5, 6, these would be 5, 6, this would be 2, that would be a 7, and that would be a 4. Okay, let's continue on here. Okay, if this is a 4, then this 4 and this 4 would make that a 4. And if that's a 4, this 4 and this 4 would make that a 4. Now, interestingly, we've got a 4 and 7 down here, 4, 7 twins. And if we carried this through, that being a 9, that being 5 and 6, that being 2, that being 7, and this being a 4, because we'd have a 4 there, we'd have 4, 4, 4, and we'd have 4, 4, 4. Then we'd have a 4 and a 7 in this column, and that can't happen because then it wouldn't work because we've got 4, 7 twins here. Okay, so now with that, combining those URs, the 5, 6 here and the 5, 6 here, and the 9 here, placing a 4 there, 2 and 7 there, and a 4 there, we know that won't work. So because I used a what if to see if that were a 9, I know that that can't be a 9 because the puzzle couldn't be solved with that being a 9. The only other place for a 9 in column 9 here is right here. It can't be here. It can't be in row 1 because there's already a 9. So a 9 has to either be here or here. We just proved that the 9 can't be there. So I have enough confidence that I'm going to put a 9 right there. I used what if. I determined that this couldn't be a 9 when I said, what if that were a 9? And so I know with confidence that that's a 9. Now let me finish the puzzle and see if I'm right or not. We've got a 5 here, so these 5, 6 twins here, this one has to be a 6, and this has to be a 5. So let's continue on. We'll just try and solve the puzzle with what we know so far. Let's look at box 3. We're missing 4, 6, 7. 4, 6, and 7. Okay, there's a 6 there, so that has to be a 6. And remember, if this were a 9 right here, that would have to be a 4. Now we know that's a 6. Okay, and now what are we missing here, 4 and 7? Well, there's a 4 there, so we can put a 4 here and a 7 there. And with that 4 there and that 4, we could put a 4 here. All right, now let's look at box 6 here. It's only missing 3 numbers. Let's see, 1, 2, 4, 9. 2, 4, and 9. There's a 2 and a 4, so that has to be a 9. We're left with 2 and 4 there. With that 4, we can put a 4 here and a 2 there. Okay. So far, it's working. All right, let's look at box 1. And in row 2 here in box 1, we're only missing 2 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 5 and 7. With that 7, we can put the 5 there and the 7 there to finish that row. Now we're only missing 2 and 6, where there's a 6 there, so we can put a 2 there and a 6 there. Okay. So far, so good. Let's look at column 6 again now. Remember, we're missing 2 and 7 there. Well, we put a 2 here, so we can put a 7 in there now and a 2 there. And we're missing 7 there in row 1, so I can fill that in. Now we're missing, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 here. We can't solve those yet. But let's see, right here we're only missing 1 number, and that is a 6. Oh, now we can fill in the 6 and 9 there. All right, and let's see, we're only missing 1 number in column 2 now. 6. Yeah, it's a 6. So we'll put a 6 right there. All right, and now with that 7, we can solve the 4 and 7 here. Okay, you have to put the 4 there and the 7 there because of that 7. Okay, And now we're missing three numbers in box 5, 2, 5, 9. 2, 5, and 9. There's a 2 in this column, so that has to be a 2. And there's a 9, so we can put the 9 there and the 5 there. Now we're missing 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, and 5 there. There's a 5 in that row, so that has to be a 5. And all we're missing is 2 and 4. There's a 4, so the 4 has to go there, and the 2 has to go there. So we did it. Determining that that was not a 9 using what if and using these unique rectangle or potential for unique rectangles here, I determined that the 9 had to go there. And I had enough confidence that I put the 9 in there and finished the puzzle. So that's an example of using what if scenario. And I kind of used two techniques together there. Used what if and the URs, but it's helped me solve the puzzles. So it worked out well. Well, that was a hard spot that we were in, and using what if got me out of it. And so I hope you enjoyed watching this, and hope it helped you understand how to use what if, because sometimes it can come in handy. Well, thanks for watching, and come back soon for more.